Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Dave Warren. I'm a Senior Technical Support Engineer for MailStore. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you an overview of the advantages of email archiving and present our software solution, MailStore Server. It is not without certain pride that we can claim MailStore Server to be one of the world's leading archiving solutions for small and medium-sized businesses. Over 35,000 companies from all sectors in over 100 countries are using MailStore Server, currently available in version 10. Our solution's highly sophisticated storage technology is fully integrated and does not require any external database software such as SQL Server. MailStore Server supports almost all relevant email systems and archiving methods and can be installed right out of the box within a few minutes. Last but not least, its low one-time purchasing price makes MailStore Server attractive for small companies too. Before I do the live presentation of MailStore Server, I want to look at the advantages of email archiving first. Email is not only one of the most important communication media, but also one of the most complete and valuable information resources. At the same time, email poses a growing challenge to IT administrators. Businesses are faced with the challenge of meeting a growing number of regulations on email compliance, e-discovery, and other legislation. End users can generally delete email from their mailboxes at will. To companies, this means a perpetual and irrevocable loss of important information. Steadily increasing amount of email puts a strain on email servers and results in increasing storage costs that can exceed IT budgets rapidly. The growing email volume makes backup and restore of email servers within a given amount of time increasingly difficult. Additionally, the restoring of end-user email has to be done by the IT department, which is costly in terms of time. For end-user productivity, fast and comfortable access to their emails is critical. Often, email is stored in external clouds, outside of one's own control, and without a local backup as a safeguard. Now let me show you how to meet these challenges with MailStore Server. MailStore Server helps organizations meet compliance requirements for email, including data retention and discovery, controlled access to data, and policy enforcement. For example, the comprehensive technology concept of MailStore Server ensures completeness of the archive, with the archive itself being tamper-proof. These aspects also play a major role in meeting the second challenge, data loss prevention. If a technical malfunction results in data loss on the email server, it can normally be restored from a backup. But email also gets lost every day without an email server backup being able to prevent this. As mentioned before, end users are usually able to delete email from their mailbox at will. Sooner or later, these emails will not be part of any backup. MailStore Server provides a simple solution. All email can be archived as soon as it is received or sent. That is, before they arrive in the end user's mailboxes. Additionally, all existing email can be archived in a single step. Another risk in this regard are PSD files. These files, which are often stored in different locations that are not part of any backup, can be easily archived centrally with MailStore Server, and thus be stored permanently. Let's go on to the next challenge, the ever-increasing amount of email. For most companies, end users' email is still the primary communication medium. Therefore, data volumes on the email server increase accordingly, and so do storage requirements. If you do not have an unlimited budget, or are prepared to limit this growth with end-user impeding storage quotas, you as an IT admin are in for more and more problems. MailStore Server offers a simple and effective solution for this too. The archiving process can be configured so that emails are being deleted from the mailboxes after they've been archived successfully. This allows the workload of the email server to be maintained at a consistently low level. Of course, end users still have access to all their email via the archive. With the decrease of data load comes another advantage regarding email server backup and restore. The connection is simple. Reducing the amount of data to be backed up on the email server also reduces the time necessary for backup and restore. Thanks to MailStore Server, the available time frame can now be permanently reduced. Another quite personal relief for many IT admins. With the MailStore Server, end users can restore emails that have been accidentally deleted or otherwise gotten lost back into their mailbox by themselves with just a single click. The need to restore email backups by the IT department becomes a thing of the past. By the way, archived email can be replied to and forwarded directly in the mail client without ever having to restore them first. MailStore Server offers all end users a one-click restore function to achieve this. This leads us to the significance of email with regard to the daily productivity of end users. While I've been talking about the advantages of email archiving for the company and IT admins up to this point, now I want to demonstrate the advantages for end users. For them, MailStore Server offers extremely fast, full-text searching for emails and all types of file attachments. It allows searching huge amounts of data within split seconds, and thus will increase acceptance of MailStore Server in your company considerably. Additionally, end-user access is also possible via the original folder structure as well. End users can use several access paths, such as the seamless Outlook integration, which I will show you in a short while. Another plus for end users is the elimination of productivity blockades, such as quotas, through the already mentioned workload reduction on the email server. Email archiving offers several advantages as a rule. This includes using email as evidence in lawsuits, independence from external cloud services by means of a local copy, as well as meeting e-discovery requirements. You can find more information on these topics on our website and in our white papers. Before starting with the live demo, I want to give you a short summary of the underlying MailStore technology. MailStore Server supports almost any relevant email system, such as local email servers, such as Microsoft Exchange, cloud-based email services, such as Office 365 or G Suite, any IMAP or POP3 compatible server, internet mailboxes, such as Gmail, PSTs and other email files, email clients, such as Microsoft Outlook, and Mozilla Thunderbird. In our online help, you can find several implementation guides that detail the configuration of archiving for a particular email system. Basically, emails can be archived in two ways. These can also be combined. By archiving all email as soon as it is received or sent, you can make absolutely sure that your company's email is archived. With Microsoft Exchange, this is achieved by configuring and regularly archiving a journal mailbox. Additionally, existing email can be archived from mailboxes, public folders, and shared mailboxes, either as a one-time import or as an automated process. Emails are archived in a MIME-compatible format into the archive of their owners. These can be created manually or through synchronization with a directory service, such as Active Directory. The core of MailStore Server consists of a highly sophisticated and fully integrated storage technology that sets us apart significantly from the competition. Even with a large number of users and large amounts of data, MailStore Server does not require an external SQL server, but can use it if requested. Save 30 to 70% storage space in comparison to the email server through deduplication and compression. SHA hashes and AES 256 encryption ensure that archive data cannot be tampered with. Internally, a complete archive can consist of any number of individual archive stores in the file system. This allows a flexible storage management and guarantees scalability for any volume of data and number of users as well. There are multiple ways for end users to access the archive. The MailStore add-in for Microsoft Outlook that integrates seamlessly into an end user's usual working environment. The web access, which also supports modern smartphones and tablets. The integrated IMAP server that gives any IMAP-compatible email client read access to the archive, and the MailStore client. MailStore Server has completely removed the need for users to access stub objects and other technologies that detract from server performance, and always offers a direct live view of the archive, regardless of the access path. Now that I've guided you through the theory, I'd like to present MailStore Server live. By the way, MailStore Server can be installed following the principle next, next, OK on any Windows machine. You can even use your workstation for a live test, or install MailStore Server in parallel to your email server. There's absolutely no risk in testing, since no changes are made whatsoever to your existing systems, email, or the email server. And now we start the live demo of MailStore Server. Visit mailstore.com and fill out the trial form for a 30-day free trial, which will allow you to test MailStore Server in your own environment. Once you complete the form, you'll be provided with both a trial key and access to download the current version of MailStore Server. It's best to copy and paste the trial key to avoid errors when setting up MailStore. Once MailStore finishes downloading, launch the installer, approve the request for administrator access, select your language, review the license agreement, and then click Next to start the installation. It's best to install on drive C. Note that you can place the archive stores on another drive if you prefer to do so. If you have less than 25 users, you can install MailStore on Windows 10 or a similar client operating system like we're doing in this demo. If you have more than 25 users, you should use a server operating system, but in either case, you can install MailStore on any type of Windows environment for the initial testing phase. When prompted, enter or paste your product key, and then also enter your company name. Once activation completes, MailStore will start as a service. Upon your first login, you should use the admin account with the password of admin. You'll be prompted to set a password for the admin user, and you'll need to use this password whenever you log into MailStore Client as an administrator in the future. The first page you will see is the Start page. From here, you should go to Administrative Tools, Users and Archives, and select Users. You could create users manually, but if you use Active Directory, you should use Directory Services to synchronize users. You'll need to enter some domain controller connection information. You may need to enter in a username and password, depending on your Active Directory setup. You can also select a specific user group so that you're just synchronizing certain users and not assigning MailStore licenses to all users. Synchronize Now will start the synchronization process, and this will show you the users that were synchronized from Active Directory. You can now see the users in the user list as well. Next, you should go to Archive Email. Today we're going to start with Microsoft Exchange, and we're going to set up a single mailbox profile. We'll enter our Exchange connection information, either the host name or the IP, as well as the username, and then also the password of the account that we're going to use for testing. Hit the Test button to make sure that MailStore can connect successfully, and then click Next. Here we can filter what messages will be archived by this particular profile. We can select folders that we want to archive, or select specific folders that we want to exclude. We can also choose if we want to archive unread messages and messages older than a specific date. Finally, we can choose whether or not to delete messages. For example, we can delete messages when they're 1 year old or older. Next, select the target archive for this user and start archiving. You'll see a progress view which shows you the archiving status. MailStore can also archive messages from PST files, from locally installed mail clients, including Outlook, and also from mail servers. This could be Exchange or Office 365, Google's G Suite, or other IMAP servers. When archiving from Exchange, you can archive directly from mailboxes, or you can turn on Exchange's journaling feature, and then Exchange will create a copy of each message inbound and outbound, and save it in a specific mailbox for MailStore to archive. MailStore will sort the messages into each individual user's archive so that they can be quickly and easily accessed. Now let's check on our archiving profile. We can see that it's finished, and now we can check the results of it by going to Archives, and we'll see that we have 188 messages archived. Next, let's look at MailStore's Outlook add-in. Here's a sample MailStore Server status report. This can be configured to be sent automatically on a daily or weekly basis, or another schedule if preferred. You can see an overview of what's happened recently with MailStore, the total number of messages archived, as well as the number of newly archived messages, if there's any warnings or errors to be reported, some overall archive statistics, and some information about the last archiving profile, as well as any jobs that you have scheduled to run. We can browse the archive using the MailStore Outlook add-in. This allows us to view our folder structure. And again, we can see the status report that we were looking at in our mailbox, and it's been successfully archived as well. If we want, we can restore a message by using drag and drop to place it back into our mailbox. We can also search the archive. You can search by a variety of different fields. You can enter in basically any criteria you want. Note that you can search who messages are to or from, by date. You can enter in specific dates or use another option from the drop-down, or any other details you know about the message. When you run a search, you're going to get a very quick response, usually under a second. And again, you can select a message and open it or restore it from here. Finally, I want to emphasize an aspect which is most important to us. Since the foundation of our company, we've specialized in developing email archiving solutions. It is part of our philosophy to invest our development capabilities primarily into stable, highly performant, and low-maintenance technology that works reliably with high workloads for years to come. I'd recommend that you check our changelog to get an unfiltered view of our way of working. More than 35,000 small and medium-sized businesses of all sectors, as well as many public and educational institutions, use MailStore. And I just want to mention the millions of private users that trust in our technology by using MailStore Home. Our smallest customers start with 5 user licenses, but companies with up to 500 users can implement our solution quickly and easily by themselves as well. Larger companies should consult our technical support and discuss their scenarios with them first. Our customer satisfaction is confirmed in regular surveys. In our recent survey, 570 business customers responded to our appeal and rated MailStore Server in terms of product features, support, and documentation. 98.9% of those surveyed would recommend the email archiving solution to others. 97.6% of participants rated stability as very good or good. 94.4% judged performance of the software solution as very good or good. You can have a look at the full results of the survey on our website. Even better, start your MailStore experience today by downloading our free and fully functional 30-day trial. You can reach our technical support team for all questions by email or phone at any time. Thank you for your time and have fun archiving.